see their points, and here my video is lab is on. Uh, Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It is me, Michaela de Santa. I am here with you. Accordance with title, yes, today we are roasting Mary Com. And now, here our constancy was in two previous live stream. We are roasting Khushbu Patani, but now suddenly why we are roasting Mary Coms now? Because recently we have seen there's a interview of Mary Com where Mary Com claims that her husband is not any football player persons. I mean, Mary Com claims that husband loves only football playing. Husband is not professional footballers. Husband is unemployed, and we don't care. I Mary Com do not care about my husbands. That is the statements of Mary Coms. And now then we are starting. We Michaela and the girlfriend of Gal Gadot, girlfriend Gal Gadot, starting the research on Mary Coms. And here now we got the two test topics, and the topic is IBA World Boxing Championship corruption in 2018. The event was started in New Delhi of the capital city of India. Now let's see, I can show you that what is the points. Okay, and well, here we can see. Okay, now let's see. It is our beautiful boxer Mary Coms, and okay, and here we can see women boxer Mary Com and IBA World Boxing Championship corruptions in 2018. Now let's go. Where boxing corruption has starting. Well, and here we can see the points. Here, when our question is, if any women boxer is caught to be steroid addictions, how much fine in United States boxer and prohibition of an for a women boxers? Here, the answer here we can see the fine is almost to 250,000 United States dollars as fine as subconscious offenses, and prison time is 5 years. And now let's see. In 2018, Women Boxer Championship, Mary Com won the sixth gold medals, defeating Hanna Okota of Ukraine at the 48-kilogram light flyweight finals. Okay. The victory made her the most successful boxer, most successful female boxer in the history of the Women World's Boxing Championship in that era. Okay. Well, now let's see why I was talking about the corruptions. You can say, okay. Now here the corruption points is, let's talk about without steroid medicines. Uh, it is almost called as steroid the world. Without steroid medicines, here we can say the first qualified match. Here, first round is one punch. Maricom could be unconscious in 3 seconds. Second punch, in the second round, two punch. Maricom could be unconscious in 5 seconds. And here the third punch, I mean the third round, one punch, Maricom could be unconscious in 2 seconds. Okay. And here we can see that without 60,000 times of steroid devoured dose, Maricom contains no stamina to survive a single punch of the single qualified match of IBA Boxing Championship in New Delhi. India under where in that calendar, India under the Chief Minister of Arvind Kejriwal and the Prime Minister of Narendra Modi. Okay, now let's see. The calendar was 2018. In the calendar of 2018, Chief Minister was Arvind Kejriwal and Prime Minister was Narendra Modi. Now let's set. In this calendar of 2018, if women boxer has been caught in addiction of steroid device, the women boxer and can be punished of 250 million United States dollars and 5 years uh, imprisonments. Okay. Now here we can see. Now let's talk. Now here let's go that what is the IBA World Box. It is the women events. I would talk about the women events. IBA Women's World Boxing Championships. Here we can see. Here one boxer accordance with my guessing. I am not the interest in women boxing. Even I am not interested in the boxing competitions. But here, just as the boxing championship match features is in my assumptions, not a proper ways. I can say. Well, according with my assumptions here, one boxer contains 25 boxing match to win the gold medals. And here we can see in the first round, boxer has to win the almost 15 boxing match. And here the first qualified match here we can see without steroid medicine dewords, Maricom could punch us and there is no reactions. But when in one punch, Maricom could get unconscious in 3 seconds. In second punch, Maricom could get unconscious in 5 seconds. And in third punch, Maricom could get unconscious in 2 seconds. And what about the second qualifying match? Here we can see without steroid medicines, Maricom could get unconscious in 3 seconds in first round. Second round, she could be unconscious in one punch in 2 seconds. And in the third round, she could be unconscious by one punch in 1 second. And here we can see without the steroid devoured, Maricom could be unconscious in one punch or two punch where timing would be 1 second, from 1 second to 3 seconds in every round. In Here we can see in every 15 match without steroid the word, Mary Kom could be unconscious in almost 45 rounds because in one qualifying match she could be unconscious in one punch or two punch in the 3 round of every qualified match. And here we can see she could be out from the IBA World Boxing Championship in the first opportunity. If Maricom could not get any steroid medicines. And now here we can see steroid medicine. In the steroid medicines here, without steroid medicines, Maricom could not win in any match. She would be knocked out in every 3 round of every of the 15 qualified match. And here and in this points, without 60,000 times of steroid dose, Maricom could not survive one punch round of every qualified match. And and if Maricom could get the caught as receiving the steroid dose in every dose, she can get the fine of 250 million United States dollars and get 5 years punishment. But now, now the topic is that in this reality, Maricom won the gold medals in that event of the Women's World Boxing Championship of IBA. And the question is, how she could do it where she could not survive one punch without 60 times of steroid dose. And here is the points I would note it. Okay. Now here we can see, and now here is the points. Here women's boxers marry. Now here IBA World Boxing Championship was hosting in New Delhi of India, where Chief Minister was Arvind Kejriwal and the Prime Minister was Narendra Modi. And now, and here the point is, when the World Boxing Championship would be held in India, like New Delhi, where Chief Minister is Arvind Kejriwal and Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. And here we can see it could be easy that women boxer, it could be easy that Indian women's boxer would get any opportunity to get some steroid dose. And here we can see, well, okay. Now let's see what happens with the steroid medicines. Okay. Now when with steroid medicines, here we can see first qualified match First round, Maricom leads in 4 is to 3 points. Second round match, Maricom leads in 5 is to 4 points. And third round is Maricom leads into 6 is to 5 points. Okay. And in 3 rounds, Maricom win by knockouting the opponents in the first qualified match of IBA World Boxing Championships. Okay, now let's see what behind the story of the match. Maricom probably inject the steroid devoured dose at 22 million times in the first match to get stamina to be gold medalist to win the win the championships of IBA, win the first qualified match of the IBA boxing championship in the New Delhi, India, where Chief Minister was Arvind Kejriwal and the Prime Minister was Narendra Modi. But neither Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, or Narendra Modi, nor Narendra Modi of the Prime Minister of India, sued Maricom in Supreme Court when accordance with rules of women boxing championships here if any women boxer caught in steroid addictions here the consequences can be includes that fine can be 250 million subconscious United States dollars of the fine as subconscious offense, and the prison can be 5 years. Okay, now here prohibitions. Here we can see the prohibitions is athlete caught using steroid can face lifetime bans from competitions and other sports organizations. Okay. Now here anti-dope regulations. Professional sports leagues have strict anti-doping policies which can result fine suspensions and disqualifications from the competitions. These penalties are designed to maintain the integrity of sports and protect athletes' health. Okay, now here we can see, well, now here it is just like a digital box about the first qualified match or second qualified match, I would say it. Okay, now here we can see that the significant points is well, accordance with IBA World Boxing Championship regulations, IBA Women Boxing World Boxing Championship regulated the strict policies of anti-doping policies. Their anti-doping policies is very strict. Here we can see now if we can contain one cup beers. Beer means some a kind of alcohol. Also, one cup of beer or 1 cup of wine or whiskey. Then we cannot the boxer cannot participate the any boxing competition like IBA World Boxing competitions. Here and here we can see that is the points, and you know that and at the one time uh, Steve Warren, the Australian famous spinner, was prohibited from one ICC World Cup just because he contains the one cup wines. When he got one cup, he contains one cup wines in her body, in his bodies. He could not get the chance, opportunity to play in the ICC World Cup in 1999. And that was the strictness of anti-doping policies. And here, the steroid devoid dose is very dangerous for the moments. But in the points, here we can see the event was held in almost New Delhi, the capital city of India. And here to win the first qualified match, Mary Kom received 22 million tons of and steroid devoid dose, but here, surprisingly, here neither World Boxing Championship could not suspend Mary Kom from the IBA World Boxing Championship, nor after winning the world gold medals. Mary Kom could be sued in Supreme Court by Arvind Kejriwal, the Chief Minister of Delhi, nor Narendra Modi could sue Mary Kom in Supreme Court. That was the surprising point. And now the topic, it is the story of the Mary Kom in the behind the first qualified match of the IBA World Boxing Championship. And here the irony is that Mary Kom win the 6 gold medals in IBA World Boxing Championship in the illegal way or unethical way. And in 2025, that means almost 7 years later, Mary Kom was bullying her husband publicly. Now here we can see, I think that's here, if Mary Kom would be my lesbian wife, I would not allow Mary Kom to play the World Boxing Championship in 2018. That was held in New Delhi of India. Well, even if Mary Kom would be the lesbian wife of me, Michaela, lesbian, then I would not allow my wife Mary Kom to play in IBA World Boxing Championship 2002 in Turkey. That was my points. But here we 2002 IBA World Boxing Championship Delhi is another topics, and I would focus on IBA World Boxing Championship 2018 in New Delhi of India. Okay, and now let's see. Let's we can focus on the second qualified match. Okay. Now here we can focus on second qualified match. Well, Here we can see it is the points. The topic is almost here. Now here let's see the here we can see that is the points. Second, second. Now let's topic the second qualified match. Now here we can see here we can first now it could play in almost 12 round. Okay, now let's see the first 4 round. Manicom leads in almost 4-3 points. 4-1 points. 4-1 points. 5-1 points. And here we can see 7-1 points. Now here it is the moments as we can talkings. It is the first 4 rounds. Okay. Now actually it is almost what about 8th qualified match. Okay. And now here now let's see in second 4 rounds. Manicom leads in 5-4 points. 6-4 points. 3-2 points. And 2-0 points. And now it is what would happen in 8 qualified match. And now here we can see that was the moments. Now let's see what about the third 4 points, third 4 rounds. At the moments we can see Manicom leads in 6-5 points. 6-1 point. 6-1 points. 2-1. Okay, here we can see 2-1 points. And 4-0 points. Now here we can and Manicom win the eighth qualified match. In these points here we can see Manicom consistently win the 8 qualified match in the courts. Now we can see the moments. Manicom inject the steroid devour dose in what times in the points? Well, now let's see what is the here in 1 point in every 1 rounds of the qualified match. Manicom needs almost 60,000 dose for 1 punch. Your punch would be 60 in every rounds. Now let's see. 36,000. Oh my god. 36,000, 36,000. And here we can see the multiple points. Here we it would be the 12, and that is almost, here we can see almost 44.2 million doses of steroid device. And here we can see, as a round figure, it is almost 44 million times of steroid device dose in which match? Eighth match. Now, to get stamina to who what win in IBA World Champion win match in IBA World Championship here of New Delhi, India, under Chief Minister of Arvind Kejriwal and Prime Minister of Narendra Modi. But in these points, here we can see neither Arvind Kejriwal nor Narendra Modi sued Maricom in Supreme Court just because receiving the dose of 44 million times to win the 8th qualified match. Okay, now here we can see, well, now let's see what would happen on the points from first match to 8th match. Maricom win the every 8 match in the IBA World Boxing Championship, where without steroid device, Maricom could be definitely knockout in every of 8 qualified match. But here, Maricom win the 8 qualified match because she took steroid the 8 qualified match. Okay. Now here as a 8th qualified match, here we can see 44 million Maricom received steroid words dose as 44 million times amps. Now in the first 8 match, 44 multiplied by 8, what is the calculations? That is almost 352. In first 8 match, Maricom received in first 352 million times of steroid devoured dose in her body as injections. Hence, she could win the every of the first 8 qualified match. But here we can see neither Arvind Kejriwal could sue Maricom in the Delhi High Court, nor here our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi could sue her in the Supreme Court. But now let's change the scenario. What if we can place IBA World Championship 2018 by ICC World Cup 1999, and we can replace the Maricom by Steve Warren, the famous Australian spinner, The scenario would be that here Australian Prime Ministers and Australian Sports Minister could sue Steve Warren to the Australian Supreme Court in the case of match fixing. What is the match fixing? Basically, the anti-dose, and this time Australian sports cricketer would contest the power to provide Steve Ward for 20 years imprisonment just because Steve Ward received the 1 cup beer or 1 cup wine. But here the event is 2018 IBA World Boxing Championship, and the winner is Mary Kom, the famous women boxer of the India. But still, here we can see our honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi was congratulating your Mary Kom to win the match, and even the Arvind Kejriwal was supporting Mary Kom to win the boxing match. And that is the surprising points. Actually, I have. Okay. But actually, I forgot who was the sports minister of Delhi province and Narendra Modi. Okay. Now let's see. I would prefer the surprising points. And here is no worry about miss. Well, in 2018, if boxer Mary Kom could provide 6 point. Okay. Now here we can see if does not work, boxer Mary could provide almost, here we can see the points. What is here? Now 44 E6, 44 millions multiple by 250 is 6. Okay. Now it would be almost 11 just for a moment to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. In for this match, Mary Kom provides 11 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe to authority of IBA World Boxing Champion in 2018. Okay. Now in that times, my research would be that I would search then Central Sports Minister of India in 2018. Now let's see the points. Who was the point? Rajyavardhan Singh. He was Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod. Well, in 2018, Central Sports Minister of India was Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod. He served as Minister of State Independence Church of Youth Affairs and Sports from September 3 to 2017 to May 30, 2019. Okay, that means here we can see the points. Okay, that means Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod was here sports minister for 2 years from 2017 to 2019. And in 2018, Raj uh, IBA World Boxing Championship was held under Sports Minister Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod. And what happened under the period of Central Sports Minister Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod? Well, here we can see Mary Kom win the first 8 qualified match in the qualified round of IBA World Championship 2018 held by New Delhi of India. And here, and in this behind the story, Mary Kom received almost here uh, uh, 44 million steroid times of steroid devoured dose in the 8 qualified match number 8. And in the points, Mary Kom provide 11 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe to the authority of IBA Boxing World Championship. And here in this moment, what was the purpose to provide the bribe? Hence that Mary Kom could not get any suspensions or Mary Kom could not get any the fines because before the crime of the doping test, Mary Kom provide the fine bribe. Mary Kom provide the fine as a bribe before the doping test, and then Mary Kom received 44 million times of steroid devoured dose in the qualified match number 8. Okay, and now let's see the points. In every 8 match, in the every of 8 qualified match, in the combinations of the calculations, Mary Kom received almost 352 million dose times of steroid devoured dose, and hence that Mary Kom provide 88 quadrillions United States dollars as a bribe to the IBA Boxing World Championship in 2018 in the first 8 qualified match. It was Mary Kom's corruptions as a women boxer in IBA World Boxing Championship. But the irony is that 7 years later, 2025, Mary Kom hates her husband because according with Mary Kom's husband was a Christian unemployed. Okay, where Mary Kom's husbands support Mary Kom from 2002 to 2018 in World Boxing Championship. Him. But if I was lesbian wife of Maricom, here I would provide the prison 25 years imprisonment to Maricom because of receiving the steroid devoured doping test. And that is the significant points as we can notify as we can say that how uh, uh, Manicom was corrupt boxer in the IBA World Boxing Championship. And but irony is that in the base of boxing merits, we did not consider Manicom as a loser. In lieu, we consider Manicom as a champion in boxing sports, where we should consider Maricom as a loser in the boxing in professions, boxing sports professions. Because here in 2018, every 8 match, Maricom uh, um, receive the 352 million times of steroid dose to win the 8 qualified match. And here, before this times, Manicom provide almost totally 88 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe to the authority of IBA Boxing World Championship in 2018. Hence, that she could not get any punishment because of receiving the her steroid word dose. And here we can see that and what a loser boxer Maricom was. And now let's see the significant moments. Well, and here we can see that momentum points. Well, now I forgot about here we can see it is with steroid medicines. Well, now let's see. Uh, 15th qualified match. Now she knock out her opponents in 12 times. Here we can see the points. In first round, Manicom leads in where we can see the points. 5-4 points. 4-1 points. 5-4 points. And 7-3 points. Okay. It is the first 4 rounds. Now let's see about the second 4 rounds. Here, Manicom leads in 5-3 points. Here, 6-3 points. Well, 3-2 point, 3-1 points, and 2-0 points. Okay. Now let's see about what is the third 4th rounds. Here we can see. Well, Manicom leads 6-3 points. 6-4 points. 2 is to 1 points and 4 is to what? 3 points. And here we go. That was in every rounds of 15 in qualified match. Maricom knockouts her opponents. But in these times, what is the story at the 15 continuous win of boxer Maricoms? Okay. Here we can see the points. Maricom. Okay. Now what is we can see 44 multiplied by 15, 660. Okay. Now here we can see the points. Maricom injects steroid reward dose in 660 times in 15 match to get stamina to win match of IBA Boxing Championship of New Delhi, India under Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But neither Arvind Kejriwal nor Narendra Modi, the Honorable Prime Minister of India, sued Maricom in Supreme Court. And here we can see the points. But 660 million times of injections of steroid reward dose in first 15 match, boxer Maricom did not wish did not wish to get any punishment from IBA Boxing World Championship authorities. Hence, what is the points of here? Maricom provide 165 quadrillions United States dollars of bribe to authority the IBA Boxing World Championship in 2018. Okay. And here we can see the points that is crystal significant moments. Now let's see. Let's see here the moments. What was the gross domestic products? Okay, here we can see the one. What was the gross domestic products of India? That is almost 3.1 trillion United States dollars. And but here, to win the first 15 match of the IBA World Boxing Championship with the category of 48 flyweight, 48 kilogram flyweight, Maricom provide 165 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe to the authority of IBA Boxing World Championship. What was the purpose? She want to get any punishment because of receiving 660 million times of injections of the word steroid reward dose, and that is the dangerous moments. Okay, now it was women boxer Maricom, and now IBA World Boxing Championship was vocally Statue of Liberty just because in the points every women boxer in the World Boxing Championship was receiving the high level of steroid, derived injections. And without steroid derived injections, none of women boxers could fight the match in 48 picogram lightweight boxing. She could not fight even 48 picogram, and the event was 48 kilograms. And that was the significant points. But on the other hand, if we can replace Women World Boxing Championship by Men Boxing World Championship, Men World Boxing Championship, and we can replace Manicom by any man boxers. Well, now he could receive almost death penalty in the style of Saudi Arabian's execution styles, or North Korean execution punishment styles. But this time here we can get women boxer Maricoms, and the event was Women World Boxing Championships. Well, if we can IBA World, the IBA authority would be strict on women boxer hearts with the policy of anti-doping policies. Here, women boxing championship would be cancelled. Hence, that here we can see authorities' decisions was to every women boxer was Pasafek Tamashadex. And here, that was the opportunity of the corrupt boxer, the cheater boxer, Maricom, and she provides 150 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe to authority, hence that she could receive 660 million times of the injection of steroid derived dose to win the 15 qualified match of the qualified boxing round on without any tensions. Okay. Now here we can see that was how Mary Kom was corrupt in the boxing sports professions. But the irony is that her husband were supporting her. Her husband were supporting her in 2018 World Boxing Championship, but still 7 years later, her statement of Maricom is that my husband is useless. Well, that is the point. And that is our one word, that was, if you are winner in the unethical way or an illegal way, you can be corrupt to your family. And that is the best example of boxer Mary Combs. And now here we can see that was the circumstance points. But here in the biopic of Mary Combs, irony is that Priyanka Chopra did not mention that how much the level Maricom was cheater that she could not win, the Maricom could not win any match without receiving the steroid devoured dose. And that is the ironic points as we could notify. Well, and now, okay. And now let's see the here boxer Maricom's corruptions as we can notify is. And now let's see. Okay, just wait for one moment. And here we can see the points. Uh, uh, well, okay. Now here I would notify this at the first super, and here super 8 match, super super 8 match, or it is the first super 8 match, or it can be considered as first quarter final match. Okay, and now let's see that how was corruptions Maricom contacts. Okay, in first 4 rounds, here we can see Maricom leads almost here 6 is to 4 points, 6 is to 1 points. Okay, 5 is to 3 points, and 7, and here 8 is to 3 points. We can see. And in the second 4 rounds, here Maricom leads. Here 5 is to 4 points. Okay. 7 is to 3 points. Well, 3 is to 2 points. And here we can see 4 is to 0 points. Okay. And now, in the third round, so Maricom leads 6 is to 3 points. 7 is to 4 points. 3 is to 1 points. And 4 is to 2 points. Okay. And here we can notify this how Maricom is corrupted. And in this times here Maricom inject steroid devoured dose in almost 704 million times of injection of steroid devoured dose in 16 match to get stamina to win the match of IBA boxing championship in New Delhi, India, under Chief Minister of Arvind Kejriwal and Prime Minister of Narendra Modi. But neither Arvind Kejriwal nor Narendra Modi sued Maricom in the Supreme Court just because of the corruptions. And now here we can see the what is the bribe Maricom provides in the 16 match, that is 176 quadrillions United States dollars of bribe. And here we can see that was the points, as we can see the moments. Okay. And now here we can see that was the irony is the moments. Well, where Mary could lose in every of first 15 qualified match, and probably she could be disqualified uh, for a quarter final uh, without any win qualified of the qualified match without straight divorce. Maricom could reach the quarterfinal or first Super 8 match in the base of steroid medicines, and hence she win the every qualified match, and the first Super 8 match or the first quarterfinal match she provide 176 quadrillion United States dollars. Okay, United States dollars to the Indian Authority of IBA Boxing World Championship in 2018. And here we can see the door in the points in that period, I mean that calendars. What is the Chief Minister of New Delhi? That was Arvind Kejriwal. Who was Prime Minister of India? Narendra Modi. And who was the sportsman? Who was the Central Sports Minister of India? Rajyavardhan Singh Rathod. And here we can see the moments. In that case, Maricom could provide 176 quadrillion United States dollars as a bribe that she can receive 704 millions of what times of injections of steroid dose without any restrictions. And the irony is that in that points here husband of Maricom supports Maricom in that moment. And the larger irony than that is here 7 years later Maricom said my husband is useless, while in 2018 the same husband of Maricom support Maricom to get gold medals in the IBA Women Boxing Championship with the illegal with 704 million times of injection of steroid words in the first 16 match, where first 15 match was qualified match and one match was, here we can see, first Super 8 match or quarter final match. And here Maricom's husband contained no objections when Maricom provide 176 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe, hence that she could receive the 704 million tons of injections uh, of steroid dewormed dose without any restrictions or punishments. Uh, and here that was the points in this level of corruptions. We can say Maricom was loser without steroid dewormed. Uh, and here we can say I don't. That is the reason why I do not like women boxing championship, but I like the men boxing championships because man can be boxer as a champion. I mean, the cause is man boxer can be champion without receiving any single steroid devoured dose, where to win a single words, I mean to win a single boxing match, women boxer receives 60 times uh, times of women boxer receives 44 million times of steroid devoured dose in the to enter of the 12 rounds. That was why we can see uh, women boxer as corrupt and man boxer is honest, because man's boxing stamina is natural and women boxing stamina is the stamina only in the base of steroid devoured dose. And here in the several times I have mentioned devoured dose because the proper words of devoured dose is not allowed in live streams because of community guidelines. That is the points at what we can say. We are presenting the reality of women boxer Maricom in IBA World Boxing Championship 2018. Okay, and now here we go. Let's see. Well, I think here is the moments that we have to show the points here. I think we have to show the without steroid what was the final boxing match. Here, gold medalist is boxer Maricom and the silver medalist is Hana Okota, the Ukrainian female boxers. Well, Hana Okota is the boxer in the base of steroid world dose. But now, here topic is to roast Maricom to show the reality of Maricoms. Here I would do that. Okay. And here you can see the points here. Well, she knocked out Hana Okota in the first 3 rounds, and Hana Okota is knockout. It is the stories, but you can see the different result in IBA World Boxing Championship. You can see it. Well, and if you message, if you comment on the live stream, I would show you. But the comment would be after the end of the live streams. Okay, now let's see. And here we can see the points. Let's see where's the moments. Now 44 multiplied by 26. Uh, Now let's see here we can notify this here. Uh, okay. Well, here we can notify here that was almost 1.2 billion on times to it is 1.2. Okay. Now here 1 billion 144 million times to get stamina to be gold medalist of IBA boxing championship in New Delhi, where Indian under the chief minister of Arvind Kejriwal and the prime minister was Narendra Modi. And neither Arvind Kejriwal nor Narendra Modi sued Maricom in the Supreme Courts. Okay. And here we can see the momentums as we can see. Okay. Now it is 200 in that times. In the calendar of 2016, the boxer. If it's minus. Okay. The boxer Maricom provide 286 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe to authority of IBA Boxing World Championship in 2018. Okay. And here that was the momentums as we can see. And here we could see, notify this how boxer Maricom is corrupt to get a gold medals. And that is how we can hate boxer Maricoms. Because boxer Maricom is almost a cheaters. Okay. Now let's say. Now let's take it. That is the final moments as we can notify this. The final moments is like that. Well, here we can see about the final moments. The final moments is that Maricom received already 6-time gold medals at the World Boxing Championship, IBA Women World Boxing Championship in the calendar of 2018. When her first boxing championship gold medal is in 2002. Here, that was the era we can notify. And it is the boxer, here we can see, when in 2018, Maricom can provide 286 quadrillion United States dollars as a bribe to authority of IBA Boxing World Championship in 2018 to get a gold medals, in that championships where Chief Minister is Arvind Kejriwal and the Prime Minister was Narendra Modi, where Central Sports Minister was Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore. horse. In that moment, uh, now what is 286 multiplied by 6? Let's get find. 200 multiplied by 6 is 1200. Well, 80 multiplied by 6 is 480. The summation between 1200 multiplied by 480, that is 1600, 1680. Okay, now let's see. What is 6 square? That is 36. Uh, 80 multiplied by 30, summation between 80 and 36 is 116. That is almost, here we can see 17, 16 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe Maricom provide, and hence that Maricom could get almost 12 billion tons of injection of steroid dose to get 6 times gold medals. And that is how we can see the corrupt boxer Mary Kom. But irony is that 12 billion injections of steroid dose, and to protect the steroid dewards, providing almost 2,000 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe. Mary Kom's husband supports Mary Kom from 2002 IBA World Boxing Championship of 20 in Turkey to 2018, and IBA World Boxing Championship in New Delhi, India. And after 7 years from the calendar 2018, in the calendar of 2025, here our Mary Kom states that her husband is useless, where her husband supports her to in the corruptions of almost okay, in the corruptions of 18 almost 16 years IBA World Championships. And here the irony is that in the best of this, we are so stupid that we Indians support Mary Kom in the corruption of 16 years of IBA World Championships. Okay. Now here we can see why I could not mention about the World Champ. Why I could not mention the Olympics, because here we can in that point where IBA were stupid for the Women's World Boxing Championship, Olympic was not so stupid. Hence that here in the first period, Olympic Games know that how boxer Mary Kom was cheated in sports professions. Hence that Olympic Games always reject boxer Mary Kom. And that is the point, because the reality time is in the 48 kilograms flyweight boxing championship of IBA as a women's boxing category without steroid the word uh, Maricom has no stamina to win a boxing match where boxing match was 48 picogram hung lightweight. Here the topic was 48 kilograms. Where is the real stamina of 48 picogram and where is steroid stamina of 48 kilograms? And that is the significant moments. As we can see, that was the achievement as how we can get it. And here I have mentioned that how to the 286 quadrillion United States dollars of bribe, that is almost 150,000 tons of the gross domestic products of India. Here you can see that what is the level of corruptions of boxer Manicoms to receive almost 2 billion tons of injection of steroid dewormed dose. And now, when the husband of Maricom is still watching the live stream, I would say that somehow here is two options. First option is husband was stupid to support Maricom in the corruptions of IBA Women's World Boxing Championships. And the second option is husband did not know that how his wife Maricom was corrupt in the IBA Women's World Boxing Championship corruption in 2018, where the host is New York, Delhi, where Chief Minister of host city is Arvind Kejriwal, and the Prime Minister of host city is Narendra Modi. And the irony is that neither Narendra Modi nor Arvind Kejriwal nor the Central Sports Minister Rajivardhan Singh Rathod sued Maricom in Supreme Court in the case of the high levels of steroid dewormed injections to win the gold medal and to providing 300 quadrillions United States dollars. And that is the significant corruptions I mentioned. Okay. Now here we can see in two words. Here I have definitely a planning of the two live streams to roast Maricom. Here first live stream was the IBA boxing championship in 2018, and now we would research on the roasting points as the IBA World Boxing Championship in 2002, where host country is Turkey. Okay. Now see you then, or 2005 or 6 hits where host country can be Russia. But see you then. Khuda Hafiz. Love you.